yo, turn me up. Mic check 1, 2. Hey. Three different flavors, what's your taste? We twerk when we hit that bass. Your favorite sisters in a place with style and grace. Classy, we sassy with the ratchet. We party late to a rapper when we showing up. We showing up body. Three sisters, we can talk ish. Spit etiquette, they convo be lit. She clutch it, classy and ratchet. We can't help it. 2 out of 3 conflicts dismissed. Hey, what's up, my favorite people? It's your honest hairstylist, Miss Love, and you are listening to She Clutch It, your podcast about everyday stuff for the everyday person. And we focus on etiquette, sex, and relationships. I am here with my sister, one of my co-hosts. What up, Dorita?
Hey, what up?
Shout out to Bam. Bam, our other sister, is usually here with us, but she is not here with us today, but she is here with us in spirit, so we will see her next time around. But we do have a very special guest with us today. Our dad. What up, Dad? How you doing?
What up, ladies?
Hey,
What up?
Daddy.
Hey, Daddy. Okay, so we like to talk about sex and relationships, but because it's our dad, we're definitely not talking about sex because that's
we're
gross.
still virgins.
Right, but we do want to talk about relationships.
Yeah.
So, Dad, you and Mom have been together for like almost 40 years. And
38 years.
so we want to pretty much ask, like, how did y'all stay together? And how have you been able to stay together for this long?
Well, I have to give all the credit to your mom. She put up with a lot of shit with me.
So do you say that now, I do believe that women have the power.
They do.
Yeah.
The power of the, yes.
Yeah.
So do you believe in the power of the woman?
Back then, no. Back then, I used to think I rule everything because I'm bringing the money in the house. I worked for Ford Motor Company. Okay? My wife was a nurse. She didn't make as much as I did, so I ruled it. And 10 years later, I said, no, this is a team. Mm-hmm. Okay? It took me 10 years to realize that. Okay?
So you didn't realize it and recognize it coming in?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
It took your mom and me to date 5 years before we got married.
After 5 years, what made you say, okay, let's get married now?
Because she bugged me.
Okay, she wanted to be married. Okay.
I wasn't ready to get married. But after I got married, we had our rough times. We had our rough patches.
As all relationships do.
Yeah. But to this day, we're still together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? We're still together.
So you're glad you did it?
Yeah. I am. She's costing me more money, but I'm glad we're still together.
Now, if you were to separate, is it cheaper to keep her?
Cheaper to keep her. That
You're already in it now.
No, y'all grown.
Oh, we grown now.
Y'all grown now. Shoot, but I wouldn't get rid of her for the world.
Okay, so what's the benefits of having a wife?
Dinner, the house is clean.
Yeah, all that. But also someone I could talk to. I never had to look for another date. If me and your mom wanted to go out, we went out. If we didn't want to, we just wanted to sit around, have a couple of cocktails. Mom very seldom drank, but when she did, she drank wine. And next thing I know, I look over at her and she's asleep. So, the advantage of being married is you got a partner, you're not alone. I've known a lot of people that are alone to this day. Okay, because they took their partner for credit.
Granted.
I'm sorry, granted. Oh, don't correct me.
For credit, like I'll put something on it, but I give it to me now. I'll give you something later.
I got 5.
they took their partner for granted, and that partner got tired of and got up and booked. Whether it be male or female.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and a lot of them are males. They got up and left. Okay.
What do you think would make a man leave a woman?
Another woman.
But
the
sometimes
main
men
thing.
get with other women and would not leave their main woman for the side piece.
That's true. That's true. But the side piece is just what it is. A side piece. Get it, hit it when you want it. And that's it. But your wife's there, you can get that anytime you want. So
How do you keep your relationship from being boring? I mean, being with somebody almost 40 years, like, geez, oh Pete.
well, me and your mom have settled where we know just about each other's move. When it's time for us to get out the house, we're gone. If it's time for us to get out of town, we're gone. We used to love to drive.
Yeah, road trips ever. I used to tell people if there was a bridge to Hawaii, we would have been there by now. Because my parents love to drive road trips.
Many road trips. North Carolina, West Virginia.
Oh, please, we drove
Virginia.
to Texas.
Texas,
Michigan
right?
to Texas. My people, you guys in North America,
Yeah.
you know where Michigan is and you know where Texas is.
Prairie View.
Can you imagine driving from Michigan to Texas? Oh my gosh, going down, the scenery was beautiful, but coming back home, I was
But
like,
just
kill
because
me
our parents
now.
wanted to stop and they want to look at this, eat here, spend the night, and they just took the time.
I'm the type that, and the ladies are right. When I take a trip, and I know it's more than 12, 14, 16 hours, I'm not driving 25 hours like I did to Texas to take Rita. Okay, we stopped. We stopped in Tennessee. We
Yeah,
stopped.
we took you in the sights.
Yeah.
Y'all felt tired. Hey, let's sit down.
First time,
Don't want to
put our
drive
feet
in the
up.
dark.
Yeah.
Right. We tired.
y'all weren't driving.
Nope. Nope. Sure wasn't.
But the best trip I had when we went down to Texas is we went through the Martin Luther King Memorial.
Yeah.
That was going to Florida, I think.
No, I was going to.
was
I'm
going to
sorry,
Florida,
you're
yeah,
right,
yeah,
Rita.
yeah.
You're right. It was going to Florida.
It was still way down.
Right.
Yeah.
At the bottom of the map.
No, because we spent the night in Tennessee, and just across the Tennessee line was Atlanta. And that's when we started Martin Luther King. That's when we started Martin Luther King.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the best. That's the first time I ever been there. And I'm over 60. And that's the first time in my life I ever been there.
Yeah.
And that was a really memorable thing to see.
Okay, well, back to relationships.
Uh-oh.
We want to ask you, okay, there are people who always talk about women who don't have fathers around and how they have daddy issues. Now, because our father is here and he is very present.
Live and in living color, okay?
Like, I mean, thank goodness that is not one of our issues. Because even like, okay, I'm gonna say this and then we're gonna keep moving. But like, sometimes people like, oh, call him daddy. They like to call their significant other daddy. I'm like, I have a daddy,
okay?
right? And nigga, it ain't you.
Right.
You could do what my daddy doing. I still ain't calling you daddy.
For real.
But I think having our father with the man that he is, these guys catching it, okay? Like, you have got to really come with it because we have an example of what a man is supposed to be.
Really.
So, Dad, what do you expect from the men that we date?
Okay. The first important thing that I will say and I will defend was don't put your hands on her. Because if you put your hands on her, then your ass got to deal with me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
And you have guns.
And we have firearms.
Yeah, because I got a CCW permit, and I carry mine everywhere I go. You put your hands on her, you got to deal with me. Okay? Second, don't sit up there and tell her you're going here. And the reason I'm saying this is because I done it. Don't sit up there and said, I'm going to the store and don't come back for 3 hours later. What store did you go to? Ohio? And then they're closed at 9 o'clock at night and you don't get back till 1 o'clock? I'm not saying I went to Ohio, but I'm just saying.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Don't do that. You just your mother put up with a lot of shit with me. A lot. And to this day, she ain't going nowhere. Before she goes anywhere, me and her gonna fight. Now, if they fight, I mean argue and argue and argue. And then,
but for
how do you make
guys,
for the guys that we date? You said what you don't expect. What do you expect for the men to do for us?
Treat you like a lady. Act like a gentleman. Don't expect him to pay everything. You know, it's a two-way thing. Well, me and your mom were dating. 1 week we'd go out, she would treat. The next week or next month we went out, I would treat. Then the following week she would treat. Okay? It's just a lot of things that a young women your age, okay, don't understand is men are not supposed to treat to everything.
Yes,
They're not
they
supposed
are.
to treat.
No.
No. You know, you could break down and ask them, hey, I'll treat this today. A lot of men will sit there, and I used to tell your mom this. A lot of men will say, no, I got it. And your mom used to get mad at me and used to say, why can't I treat? Well, okay, go ahead. And we go to dinner, and I sit up there and order me 3 cocktails. And mom said, wait a minute, I don't have but X amount of dollars. Don't worry about it. I got it.
So I'm just paying for your food. You
Exactly.
pay for your drinks.
And that's what she used to say. You pay for your drinks. I used to tell the waiter, put the drinks on a different bill. You know, I didn't have to worry about your mom drink. All she drank was water. And water's free. Was free. So.
Okay. Rita, you have something you wanted to ask Dad?
No, that was really a big thing about asking him, what does he expect from the men for us?
To treat you like ladies.
Yeah.
Okay.
And for us to treat sometimes.
Y'all to treat them like gentlemen.
Okay. Yeah, what do you expect? What do you expect from us to our man?
Treat them like gentlemen.
And what's that?
Don't put your hands on them. Okay. No.
Right. He can't hit you and you can't hit
That's
him.
right. It's a two-way thing.
You know, we want to smack the mess
You
out
want
of
to
them
smack
sometimes.
the shit out of them, yeah. But you treat them like gentlemen. If they can't treat you like ladies, get their ass out of there. Get rid of them. And they ain't coming back. At least they ain't coming to my house. Because they coming to my house, I'm going to be waiting for them. Okay? So you got to treat them like gentlemen. And you treat them good. That's
How
all
can a woman treat her man good?
Well, and this is going to sound sexist, But dinner,
Okay.
spending time with her when he gets home from work, being a negligee or a night.
A negligee?
Yeah.
Negligee?
Yeah.
I'm like, what is
Negligee,
that?
yeah. Okay.
Some lingerie.
Yeah, some lingerie. Yeah, something. You know,
See,
because
it's always the thing about that lingerie. Because, see, sometimes it's like, okay, yeah, we want to put it on this cute. Then sometimes it's like you waste your money because you only in it for 15
He's like,
seconds.
take that off.
that's cute.
It's not the point. You only in there for 15 seconds or 15 minutes. Is your man's coming home. Make him feel wanted because he's had a hard day at work.
Oh, okay. That's
Okay.
some good advice.
Okay.
He's had a
Right.
hard day at work. Okay, he goes in there. Now, a lot of people, or you ladies don't remember this, but I used to come home, and your mom used to have my bathwater ran. I would get in the bathtub and sit up there and soak in the bathtub and fall asleep. Your mom would have to come there and wake me up.
I got a question for you.
Uh-oh.
So, something I experience a lot, being a single, successful woman,
Okay.
it intimidates men.
Yes.
I see that a lot.
And you know what? I do think that it's a little overrated to say that, it intimidates the man. I think that men want to be wanted and want to be needed.
Yes.
So we independent women a lot of the time go overboard with the independency and kind of takes away the man's ability to give
Feel
to
needed.
us.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, the
And then I think, don't tell them how much you got going on. Like,
Yeah, really.
yeah, I ain't got nothing. I need all your help.
now, the problem with that is not the point that you're independent and you don't want to depend on the man.
Mm-hmm.
The man wants you to depend on him
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
because I expected your mom to depend on me. Okay. I made twice as much your mom did. And your mom would not depend on me for nothing.
Do you think it's emasculating if a woman does not depend on a man? Or to tell him that, I don't need you, I just want you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Because a man not being wanted by a woman that is sitting up and saying, hey, this is what we got to do. And the woman sits there and says, oh, I don't want to do that. And I don't need you out there. I don't depend on you. Well, what the hell am I in this relationship for? I don't need to be in it. I expect you to depend on me. Okay? I sit up there and say, well, hey, what do you need? I don't need nothing. Then why am I here?
Well, just make up something, huh?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Right.
I need
Well,
my
what do I
tires
need?
rotated.
Okay, I need this DTE bill paid.
That's one thing your mother never did. And I used to ask her, why am I here? And and I guess she always said it because I wanted to hear it. Because I need you. I said, okay. And I'd be grinning from ear to ear. Because it was good to hear. So I said, to this day, I love her to death. So she thinks about leaving. She better think again.
Say, where are we going?
Yeah, exactly.
I packed my bags too.
I'm leaving. What trip we going on now?
Where we going?
Okay, well, look, our great grandmother and her grandmother had a husband and a boyfriend. And everybody knew their role. They all stayed in the same house.
Wait a minute, this is the first time I heard of this.
Really?
Yeah.
Maggie Outlaw?
And I've been married to her for damn near 40 years.
So Maggie and Joe were, they were
Right, her name
married.
was
They were
Joe.
in one room. Right, and his name
It
was
wasn't
Joe.
me.
Yeah, I don't know. What a coincidence,
I know, right? Ain't
right?
that crazy?
Yikes. She married a guy with the man with the same name as her grandfather, allegedly.
What?
Yeah, so they were married, so of course they stayed in one room, and then, dang, what is his name? Anyway,
She probably snuck in the
whoever
other room when
no.
the other guy went to sleep.
well, the other guy, dang, I cannot.
But
think
didn't
of his
they have
last
like
name.
a whole different set of children and everything? But that was
Well, it was
common
Yeah,
alleged,
then.
they
but
did.
they all
They
lived
did.
in the same house. He stayed in his own room. It was a 3-bedroom house. They were in one room. He was in one room, and I guess whoever lived there at the time, whatever kid or whoever, was in the third room.
I'm just now learning this. Y'all telling me, and y'all damn near older than I am. Shit.
So
Well, I don't get into
Yeah.
my wife's business, so.
yeah, but with that being known, like I thought that was kind of neat because they talk about, talking about polygamy. I mean, everybody has to be on the same accord.
That wasn't polygamy
Yeah.
because the other person and Maggie were not married.
Well, you can't. You
Okay.
can only be married to one person at a time in
Exactly.
the United States.
Exactly.
Except for in like Utah, right?
Yeah. You can have 2 or 3 wives.
Yeah,
Three
I
wives.
think up to
Two,
4.
three, five.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, mhm.
Yeah, you can have
Y'all
that.
Google that and let us know.
Yeah.
That
Look us
is
up on
Utah's a Mormon state, and they believe in 2 and 3 wives.
What you think about polygamy, Papa? Do you think that would be neat to
Hell
have
no,
3 wives?
I ain't going to jail for nobody.
But what if you could?
No,
No.
if you could, would you have 3 wives?
No,
Why not?
because I couldn't afford them. I barely could afford your mama. Yeah.
Okay. That's interesting. I know a lot of men are disagreeing
Well,
with you
yeah.
right now.
And
Like,
they say that
what?
they will have
They-
as many wives as they can afford, though.
Yeah.
But just
Yeah.
like with some
Yeah.
Muslims, they have
I can't afford. I already
of
got
wives.
4 wives. I got you 3 girls and your mama.
A wife and 3 daughters. You
Yeah,
poor.
I got 4 wives. I wouldn't advise it.
I mean, if you could, and we're gonna take
No.
money out of it. If money was unlimited, if money was not a factor, if
No.
we just dealing with love and time and things like that, do you think you could deal with 3 other women plus
No.
the kids that they bring?
No, because
A whole compound.
yikes.
I couldn't. I'm crazy about your mom. I love her to death. Okay, I could not marry another woman and love her as much as I love your mom. Even if me and your mom split up, I would never get married again. Okay, that's how much your mom means to me. Okay, number one, she might get married again, but that's up to her. But I would never get married again.
You won't want to do it again?
No,
Okay.
no.
All right.
Good.
Yeah. Right. Look, bet not.
Right.
Look, she would not want
You're
any
like, Mom,
of
he
this.
said.
You would not be able to bring anybody else around, man. She would get
Right,
grilled
okay.
so tough.
Shoot.
Yeah, she won't want these problems.
Yeah.
All right, well, you guys, y'all funny. That was a good time. Rita,
Yes, honey.
do you think you would be able to have more than one husband if you were to get married? Could you do more than one husband?
Hell no. I wouldn't let her.
And I wouldn't want to, you know what I'm saying? It's hard enough having to deal with one. You know what I'm saying? I got to make sure he done ate and, you know what I'm saying? Then I got a whole nother one. No. Maybe boyfriend on the side? Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Okay.
Just for...
He can't demand as much.
Yeah. And just for other things, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Like sex. Yeah.
Damn, be blunt. I'm a dad. Be blunt.
Yeah, that's all it would be for probably.
Okay. Well, I want to say
That
that
you want them. You want all the husbands.
well, I have just officially ended my marriage
Aw, sorry.
of
Congratulations.
13 years. We were married for 13 years. However, we were only together for 3. But we were on that, excuse me, Dad, because, I don't cuss around my parents, but, this is mine, so I'm going to just say this right quick.
Say what you gotta say.
I was on that nigga shit, I felt like I wasn't going to marry anybody else. I wasn't interested in marrying anybody else. He wasn't interested in getting married, plus, all that other stuff, plus he cheap, and he always wanted to claim me, we're not together, don't tell anybody I'm your wife.
Honey, you're a prize.
Yes, I know that. So, I had to get, all my propers back and just end that. Because I'll be dang if I die tomorrow and that nigga collect my Social Security, okay?
You're right.
Oh, my
You're
gosh.
right.
I will hunt him for the rest of his life.
Is that what pushed you to go through with your divorce?
No, because I want good karma.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm ready to be open, and I'm ready for love and all that good stuff.
Would you get married again?
I've had a husband and a boyfriend and a sad dude for a long time. But, I've been honest and everybody knew about it.
That's more information I need.
At least we didn't have freaky conversations.
Yeah.
Right. But I am glad that, I did that. Because like I said, I'm ready to be on some mature stuff. And I want good karma.
Would you marry again?
Yeah, I would. I'm not against it. I'm not against marrying again. I'm not against love, anything like that.
Okay, so you had a big, nice, wonderful wedding.
Uh-huh.
The second time around, what would you do?
I mean, pretty much whatever he wants. We'll compromise.
I'd go down to City Hall.
I'm not going to anybody's City Hall. I would do a
elope.
destination wedding.
Okay.
Or we could have a big one. It don't matter.
Okay.
I really don't care.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm down for destination. I'm down for local. I'm down for whatever. Okay. Yeah. Because, I know what I want this time. So, hey, we'll just compromise. Ding, ding. Countdown. But yeah, so I am happy that, I have done that. And I just want to encourage people, if you know that the relationship is over, your marriage is over, relationships too. But if you know that your marriage is over, just, go ahead, get your pride, go through your process. Because, it is a grieving and all that stuff. Because something you thought would last forever is not going to be forever. So go ahead, get your plan B. Oh, excuse me. Ding, ding. Message. I did. So go ahead and, do what you need to do. Get yourself together. Get yourself right. Do what's best for you. And if you know that it's over, just go ahead and let it be over. Yeah, don't let it linger like I did.
Can I say something?
And
then you count down, make it fast.
Yeah. I agree with Nika. If it's over, it's over. Don't sit up there and beat your woman and torture her and all that. When you walk out, make sure it's for good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Don't play with her emotions.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Just walk out, leave it alone. She had a good thing when she had him, okay? Or he had a good thing when he had her, okay? But this is what y'all decided. So God bless, and thank you, Nika, Rita, for having me.
Thanks for coming,
All right,
Daddy.
sweet.
Our daddy.
Right. Thank you for being here, Dad. Thank you, Rita, for being
Thanks
here
for
with
having
me as always. Bam, we miss you. We'll see you next time. Thank you guys for listening. Please follow us on all social media. Go on www.shecletchet.com. And as always, continue to be amazing. Peace.